In the framework of the Mobility Week, tomorrow was declared a no car, no motorcycle day for the community of the island. The objective is to implement alternative mobility and promote physical activity.
According to the decree number 0782 of November 16, the Departmental Administration decree from 7 in the morning to 4 in the evening, tomorrow November 18, by means of which the provision of the No Car, No Motorcycle Day in commemoration of the Mobility Week are established.
Y el día de mañana, 18 de noviembre.
Tomorrow, November 18th, would be a special day, as it would be the No Car, No Motorcycle Day under the decree of 0782 of November 16th, 2022, which will be disclosed by the media, where you can find the routes of the closure of some points of the downtown area of the island in order to comply with the provisions of the Ministry of Transportation to the No Car, No Motorcycle Day, which will be a space for the whole community to take advantage to use alternative transportation to get out of the routine, especially contributing a grain of sand to the health issue, as the roads will be free of vehicles except for some of them as those that are for public use, emergency transportation for the control of discharges, among others that are in the decree 0782.
The Secretary of Mobility called on the community to respect the road closure, where mobility guides and blue agents will be supporting pedestrians and drivers. He also shared the following information. Next Sunday, November 20, Newell Avenue will be closed from the exit of the Nenes Marina Pump to the Barracudas Park from 7 to 11 a.m. For more information, the community can find the complete decree in the website of the departmental government, sanandres.gov.cot.
And this news is especially addressed to the island's community. This Saturday, an invitation is extended to commemorate the Day of the Indignation for the Hague ruling of the year 2012. Below is the agenda for this day.
The Day of the Indignation of the Raizal people will be commemorated this Saturday, November 19, with an activity in the Coral Palace Square and a small march.
We, the Raizal people, we are convoking and inviting the Raizal community to that activity, yes, the 19th, Saturday 19th of November, the Day of the Indignation of San Andres, when the Hague said we defy La Haya. We are organizing with the different churches, the traditional churches from the island, an activity out of this Governor Square, what we call Plazoleta. Out of the Plazoleta, we will meet the pastors, the choirs, plus 2 academic speakers that will talk to we about the ruling of the Hague, what it treats about, the advantage, disadvantage, because I don't see no advantage in that. Plus, we will have the speaks of 2 fishermen who will participate and talk about their feeling and their different living around this theme.
The activity will begin at 3 in the afternoon with a march that will take place from the Simon Bolivar Park to the Coral Palace Square. Follow it will continue at 4 o'clock with the intervention of fishermen and spokesperson of the Raizal people, who will talk about how this decision has affected Raizal people, especially those who dedicate to fishing.
And the Health Secretariat has been carrying out awareness campaign in educational institutions so that children learn to control mosquitoes at home.
With the slogan, "Without breeding sites, there are no mosquitoes," the Health Secretariat and its interdisciplinary group carried out awareness campaigns in educational institutions. Today, they were in the Child Development Center La Esmeralda with educational and recreational activities to raise awareness among children about the existence of this insect, what sickness they can produce, and the importance of keeping storage containers clean and covered to avoid mosquito breeding sites.
And show the importance to all the children then that we have of our community about the importance of to maintain the mosquito Aedes aegypti that give dengue to our island. And the importantness of this is that we have to know, say, if we have our deposit of water open, closed, open without wash it dirty or anything we have around it. We have to keep it clean, wash it and close it. So that way this mosquito won't get in and put his egg, and in more days we will have more mosquito. We have different type of mosquito, but we profound more on the mosquito Aedes aegypti to avoid the sickness of dengue.
It should be noted that dengue is an infectious pathology of viral cause transmitted by the bite of a mosquito. There is no medicine to fight the virus, therefore only a treatment to alleviate the symptoms can be performed. That is why it is important for everyone to wash their water tanks thoroughly.
Today, there is an environmental campaign where containers and packaging will be collected in the pedestrian pathway area. Private organizations, the local government, and the Carolina Environmental Corporation seek to contribute to the decontamination of the department.
Plastic bottles, glass bottles, packaging, among other items are being collected today. The waste collection campaign will be until November 20 in the pedestrian pathway area of Strathbite.
From November 14th until November 20th, next Sunday, we are having a waste collection day, gathering packages and containers in the framework of Resolution 1407 of 2018 of the Ministry of Environment. We are collecting plastic, cardboard, metal and glass containers in order to be able to give the island next year a playground made from recycled plastic.
Diego Vergara, the spokesman of the activity, invites the community to come and be part of this environmental campaign.
We want everyone to come and join us to recycle these waste and always recycle packaging and containers to contribute to this beautiful work, which is supported by Carolina, the government, and the New Point Shopping Center.
It is noteworthy that through this campaign, it is expected to collect a large percentage of waste, with which next year a park will be made with recyclable material and will be delivered to the island population.
In other news, the manager of the departmental hospital announced the projects that were presented before the territorial entity, which will be financed with the percentage of the resource that corresponds to the tourism card, which for the year in validity was more than 6 billion pesos.
6,462 million pesos will be used by the departmental social state enterprise in different projects that were approved by the territorial entity, specifically 3 of 10 presented. The manager of the SSE announced which one they are.
La adquisición de una ambulancia.
The acquisition of a medicalized ambulance, a vehicle for the different activities that are developed in the programs carried out by the social state enterprise in the different sectors, and also the provision of equipment and furniture for the operation of the rehabilitation center with emphasis on mental health that will be installed in the health center on the hill. These 3 projects already have resources provided for by the territorial entity.
On the other hand, the official indicate that resources were approved to support the local hospital of All Providence in Santa Catalina, which will be used for equipment and ambulance.
La S viene también.
The SSE is in the process of acquiring equipment for the hospital in Old Providence, which was presented at the beginning of the year with the support of the Health Secretariat. We already have resources allocated and are in the process of contracting. This equipment, as well as a basic ambulance, already have resources that were provided for by the territorial entity and the Ministry of Health.
The manager of the SSE also indicate that other projects were presented to the territorial entity that include a mammograph, biomedical equipment for imaging support in the SSE and in the neonatal ICU, as well as technological renovation for outpatient care. Finally, there will also be resources for renovation of the infrastructure, health care for NICU, and the physiotherapy area for the comfort of patients and improvement of the service.
The activity King of Ancestral Plants had a positive outcome. It was organized by Flowers Hill Educational Institution in Manuel headquarters thanks to the UNDAS program. The children of the institution demonstrated what they learned in class about traditional plants.
The result of the hard work put into research was shown in the activity King of the Ancestral Plants, where Emmanuel School students were awarded for their exhibition of traditional medicinal plants that exist in the department. A way to promote cultural appropriation in children and encourage the consumption and use of plants for ailments. The coordinator of the Emmanuel School spoke about it.
Our objective was to increase knowledge about our plants, our medicinal plants that we have around us and at our homes. We noticed that nowadays the family they don't have the knowledge, the understanding about the benefit that we can get from plants. But we want to start with the students, then the children, them that they can go home and share with their family all about what we are doing here.
The activity had stands where different medicinal plants were exhibited. The children present their research project and show their stories they develop based on their plants.
La menta, ustedes en
Mint in the market or in health food stores, you can find it as menthol. It is used for wounds, for when you have the flu and so on. Menthol comes from mint. Most medicines and remedies come from plants, and in this school we do many things with plants.
Excellent. And now it's time for sport news with Victor Fusalva.
Hello, here are the best sports of the island. Successfully was completed the National Tournament of Beach Volleyball. National Tournament Arena Volleyball Club is a tournament that is made at national level, and this time it culminated successfully on the beaches of San Andres, where players from different departments came to complete and demonstrate their talent in the sport of the high nets were delighted. A great initiative of the Departmental Volleyball League achieved an agreement for the final of this prestigious tournament to be held every year in November in San Andres. With more details, Germán Torres, a member of the Volleyball League, told us.
This circuit is the final sand volleyball tour that takes place throughout Colombia all year round, and they made the final here. This is an important expectation because we achieved an agreement with the national organizer, Mr. John Freddy. We agreed that the finals of all the years in the second bridge of November will be held here in San Andres, with the participation of all the national clubs that have qualified in their respective departments. It is a part that stimulates sports tourism with this group of sportsmen and sportwomen, their fathers, mothers, wives, and children, and stimulates more sports tourism in the department. It is also an enhancement that is given to the trade market because they stay 4 or 5 days and buy many things to take to each of their places of their destination.
Secretary of Sports Luis Viloria announced economical support for sports of the islands. With good expectations, a lot of desire to work for the benefit of the sport of the Insular Department, the Sports Secretary Luis Viloria Howard assumed the leadership of Sports Secretariat. According to the Sports Secretary, the budget has been strengthened in order to participate in national games and to promote recreational sports activities in different sectors of the island. Viloria Howard, the Secretary of Sport, told us more details.
Actualmente nos encontramos en discusión del presupuesto.
We are currently discussing the budget in the Honorable Assembly of the Department with their recommendation respectively to strengthen the budget allocated for the National Sports Games and the Intercollegiate Games. We, through the Sports Secretariat and Governor Everett Harkins Shogreen, have consolidated an administrative and financial effort to ensure the support that has been given to the different leagues according to the different calendars of the federations for the qualifying of the National Games 2023, as you all know, which will take place in the coffee growing region. We have been investing resources to support the different participations at the local, departmental, and national levels.
According to the Secretary of Sports, they will continue to work with love and dedication for the benefit of the sport in the island archipelago. And this will be all in sports for the moment. I am Victor Fusalva, Teleislas News.